So my friends from college were very supportive. My parents were less. They were kind of like, you need to figure something out. We want you to work. You know, I talked them into the year, so that was good. They were like, okay, you have a year. You don't have to work yet. After that, you're going straight to work.
Really what was going through my mind at that point was, well, you know, how am I going to explain to her the facts of this? You know, what kind of risks were involved, the loss of income, the loss of a year within your career.
His argument was that I was too young and didn't understand, you know, that I needed to get accomplished in life and be successful, and by going and doing missionary work that I wouldn't be successful in the terms of having a house and a car and a successful job and lots of money and things like that. I was trying to explain to him that those things didn't matter to me and I didn't care if I had all those things or not. Because mostly I just kind of had faith that I would end up where I was supposed to. So he really tried to sidetrack me.
My family was obviously completely against it. We're only two in the family. My sister at that time was living in Australia, still is, and I was traveling to Africa, so it was kind of the empty nest syndrome.
My reaction to it was, well, what am I going to do here now to kind of show her what the impact of this is? And really, I kind of thought that I would be able to discourage her.
I don't think they could have made a convincing argument at all. I mean, I had already decided this is what I wanted to do, and I was confident in it. And for me, the deal was done. This is what I had decided to do, and that was it.
It was something that I needed to do, and that if I didn't go out and do this trip, do this mission, that there would be something missing.
And it was important to her. I mean, she was going to go. There's no doubt about that. In her mind, she had determined that that's what she was going to do. And it was important for her to have our blessing, but she really didn't need it to go.
My family had doubts, but I think in the end what it boiled down to was relying on God and trusting that your call was coming from a place from your heart, and that everything would be okay if you followed that.
It was just a whole process of talking it through and understanding, and I think my parents understanding that this is for sure what I'm going to do, and that I wasn't going to be convinced out of it.
One night we were about to have dinner, and all of a sudden it dawned on me, my gosh, you know, this is a vocation that Sabrina is talking about. Even though it might be a temporary type of thing, you know, it's something that's in her heart and that she has to do. And well, I better not, you know, better not stand in her way of doing that.
After they visited, I think they kind of got it more, and they're like, oh, this place is really great, and we understand more. And I think at the end of the visit, my mom was even like, we understand if you want to stay another year.
Then just to have them come and see me and travel around India, that was like their total acceptance, complete 180. So,
having seen her while she was still there, and then the change that has come over her here, it really was the best thing that she did for herself in that year.
Parents, I think, if they take it slow and they kind of go through this step by step like we did, everyone will be better off because of it.
As I'm growing here, he's growing there, and all our family's growing together spiritually, so it's really cool.
I think maybe the most important thing is to just remain open to the idea. I mean, if your first reaction is not a very supportive one, that's okay. I mean, I think it's important that you are open in your communication, because that probably is the key, is to that back and forth understanding of each other, where you're coming from, and coming to a common ground together. That's really, really key, is to continue to hear what they're saying and why they're wanting to go, and allowing yourself that same kind of discernment, because that's basically what we had to do too, was to go through that.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the lesson. You know, my advice to parents would be take it slowly.